So I reinvested in myself again, right? I've been doing this, and I tell you guys all about like investing in a mentor, investing in somebody to help you in areas of your life that you need improvement with. So I hired a business coach, and I hired the same business coach that I had hired a few years back to help me get into online business and do what I need to do. And it felt really good to do this, right? This was very different from the first time that I did it. Because here's the thing, what I realized after investing in myself is that if you don't make the sacrifice for what you want ends up becoming the sacrifice. That's a big thing that came into, and I didn't understand this until I started making the sacrifice, which was money, to get the results that I wanted. And that's what I want to tell you guys. It's very important that you consistently invest in yourself, because here's the reality. You're not investing in information. You're not investing in, even the desired result, right? Like, you're not investing that the person is going to give you the result, because nobody can give you the results. But what people can do, and what investing in yourself can do, is actually switch your mind on to actually creating the solution to what you want. Like, every time I've invested in myself, I've always made the money back tenfold. Like, the next day I make the money back, right? And that's something that you will understand as you get older. A lot of you are very hesitant on investing in yourselves. And again, I'm not saying invest in me or invest in anybody specifically, but like, overall, like, what do you do for yourself? How do you signal to yourself that you're taking care of yourself so that you can start to take care of all of the other goals that you have in your life? I'll give you a good example. So when I first started this process of self-improvement, this process of getting better financially, even physically as well, like, I was very hesitant. I thought, I'll do everything on my own. I'll just figure out how to do this. I'll figure out how to do that. And what happens? You spin in circles. You go in circles consistently. You don't actually get your results. You don't get to where you want to be. And then you get frustrated, and then you quit. All right? The minute that you invest in yourself, the minute that I started to invest in myself, which my first ever investment in myself, to be honest, let's go back. The first ever time I really invested in myself was getting a NASM certification. National Academy of Sports Medicine. I wanted to start making more money. I wanted to get into personal training. I transformed my physique. I gained 20 pounds of muscle in 3 months. I felt like I had a chance to be able to start a business in something that I really loved, that I was obsessed with at that time. So I was in college. I didn't have any money. I had like a credit card that was never used. I invested $800 in that certification. And that made me 10x the return that year from that investment. That was the first time I was like, wow. And I didn't put the pieces together. I was like, oh, well, it's cool. I made some money, but like, I didn't realize that like every time I invested in myself, I made more money. The next time I invested in myself was fitness, right? You might say, well, Martel, you were a trainer, you were doing this and that. Like, why would you invest in fitness? Because there was another level I wanted to get to. I wasn't happy with how I looked. I wasn't happy with the physique that I had built for myself. I wanted to find someone who was a professional to actually help me with that process. So I went to a bodybuilding coach, or I went to a coach. He did bodybuilding, he did general fitness. This is when I was in Utah, and told me the price. And I was like, man, that's kind of expensive. Like, I don't know. And like, I was hesitant, right? Which a lot of you guys are. And it's fair. It's fair to be hesitant on investments that you make in yourself. But what that did for me, bro, that opened up the door to where I could transform my physique even more. And I could then get into fitness coaching again, right? But in a better way, with a better package. My mindset now was less on how much money I was spending and more on, okay, well, how can I get a return on this? Right? Like, your mind starts to like figure out ways to get returns on investments when you put money into yourself, because you trust yourself. You trust the process. You trust that you're going to get to where you want to be if you can invest in yourself. I didn't recognize it at that time either. But again, I did that. I got second overall in my first bodybuilding competition. I won all of my classes. I got first in all of my classes because of working with that coach. It gave me a new level of confidence, and I started getting more comfortable investing in myself. The next step was business, right? I got the physique that I wanted. Now I wanted to start a business online. So I literally invested in myself. I'll tell you guys, invested $6,000 in a coaching program, right? To help me understand how to build a business online. It was fitness at the time, but this could apply to any business, right? And I got literally 100x return? I would say 50x return, right? On that investment. Just understanding the process, understanding how to do it. And to be honest, what I learned was great, and it definitely helped me understand the landscape in terms of information. But what I got mostly was the mindset shift. Again, there was literally 3 mindset shifts that happened in my life per investment. So started off investing in my body, which I always recommend you guys do. Invest in your body first, because that's going to signal to yourself that you are serious about improving. And you can then roll that into investing in business, investing in other things as well. But the body is the first start, and it's the cheapest investment, if I'm being honest with you. It's not as expensive as business coaching, as everybody wants to go invest in business coaching because they think it's a quick return. But it all starts with like how you are, like who are you mentally? Who are you physically? How have you taken care of yourself? How have you changed your mindset? How resilient are you? That's what's going to help you apply the business principles to then be able to level up your business. I had to understand that. If I would have invested in business early on, I would have failed miserably because I didn't have the foundation of my physique. I didn't have the foundation of my mindset. Right? That's why I always say like investing in your body is one of the most important things. Even like recovery services, a high-end gym, like little investments. If you don't even have the money to do that, like even tiny investments that can actually start to level up the way that you think about yourself. Right? A lot of people are scared to invest in themselves because they're like, what if I don't make it back? That's the self-doubt that's creeping in. That's literally what's telling you, oh no, bro, like I'm not gonna make it back. Like this is just, it's not a cost, it's an investment. Again, you have to sacrifice something to get to the next level, or else the next level will be your sacrifice. Like that's truly like where I've been. Like every time I've been investing in services to help me with my business. I've been investing in different people. I've been doing that over the last couple weeks because I just know the power of putting my money towards my goals. Whether or not those goals get hit, my mindset will shift as a result of letting go of the money, and the money will come back to me in full in one way, shape, or form, whether it be in the program that I invested in or something else will come up. I know that, right? And that's the thing you have to understand. Money flows. Money is better when it's flowing. So yeah, it can sit in your bank account and you can chill for a minute and you know, like you're happy with your bank balance, but why don't you make yourself a little bit more uncomfortable? Invest in something, anything, literally anything. It could be in a coach for your life, a life coach. I don't care what it is. I invested in a spiritual coach even last year, right? Invested like $6,000 into a spiritual coach, and I made it back. My mindset changed. I opened up my mind to more aspects of life, understanding the law of the universe. Some of you guys may think it's a fluke. I used to think it was a fluke until I actually started applying these principles, and it changed my life. Look, have you seen the pattern? Every time I've made an investment, I've leveled up. Every single time I've made an investment in myself, I've leveled up. You know what I mean? I invested in a sales coach to help me with sales, leveled me up, right? I know how to sell now. It's permanent information. I'm more confident. That's the thing about investing in yourself. It gives you the confidence in yourself because you put something on the line for yourself for the first time in your life. So it's very important that you start to figure out ways to be able to invest in yourself so that you can prove to yourself that you believe in you and you will actually get a result out of what you've done. Again, anytime, you know, everyone's selling mentorships and things like that, and I believe in mentorships, and I believe when you find the right person who you connect with, you will be able to find some result in that. You will be able to gain some sort of result. Like for my business coach that I've had a lot of business coaches hit me up about helping me with my business, helping me with this. The reality is I want to find somebody who I look up to. I want to find somebody whose lifestyle aligns with what I want in the future, right? I want to be a father. I want to be somebody who has, you know, like a good relationship, like all of that. So I want to find someone who mirrors that. There are a lot of guys, they might be better than the coach that I hired, but I didn't connect with them like that. Like I didn't actually like want what they had. You know what I mean? I don't care if you have a Lambo. I don't care if you have all this. Like if you don't have the values that I'm looking for, I'm not going to do that. You know, and you should be looking at it the same way. Whoever you invest in, always have some sort of an admiration for that person, because that's what's also going to help you go faster. That's what's going to help you apply what they're saying because you believe in them. You believe in their values. You believe in who they are. You see yourself in them. And so that's a big thing, right? I've also invested in kickboxing. I have a kickboxing coach, right? That's helping me a lot with that new level of fitness in my life. So again, it's constantly leveling up physically for me. Like, and it may not be for you, but I'm telling you right now, if you start to invest in yourself physically, everything else will start to align, because as I'm doing kickboxing, my mindset's changing. My resiliency is increasing. I'm actually able to do tasks for a longer period of time. Nothing is hard for me anymore because, again, I'm doing one of the hardest things for me right now, which is kickboxing. And I happily invested the money into that. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just understand that, like, as I part ways with the money, I show it's like dating, bro. Like, the more that you part ways or you separate yourself from that, or you don't put money on a pedestal, like, I need to save this, I need to save this, the more that it's going to chase you. It's the same with women. The more that you put them on a pedestal, the more they run away from you, the more that you put them level-headed with you, and you kind of just like let things happen for what it is, and you don't put too much excess importance into it, which is a book that I read called Reality Transurfing. You got to read that book. That book is genius, because it's like, I took the level of excess importance out of the money, and now I'm allowing for it to chase me, right? So you have to understand that. That's why I think investing in yourself is one of the best things you can do, especially in 2025. And again, you have to just do it strategically. Figure out where your weak areas are, right? Again, if it's your body, if it's your mind, things like that, invest in those types of things. If it's your money, right, but you have the body, you have everything that you need, okay, cool, invest in that. If it's you need to invest in better business services, like maybe an accountant, maybe a tax person, invest in that. But you have to figure out where your weak points are and deploy your money towards those resources so that you can start to level up faster. That's what mentorship, coaching, all of that stuff is about, leveling up faster. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people stay in the same place, right? They don't allow for themselves to improve because they're afraid of deploying their money towards people and things that are going to improve their lives. And I had to learn this. I had to learn this in a very hard way, because again, it's like stagnant. Like for me right now, my business is doing great. My fitness coaching business, by the way, if you're interested in that, link will be in the description. You can check it out and maybe work with me so that you can accelerate your results, so that you can experience what I experienced, right? Because a lot of the guys that I'm working with now, like, they're starting to see changes in their lives. They're starting to see people pay attention to them. They're starting to get more opportunities. They're starting, like one guy, he invested in me. He's a 20-year-old guy, bro. 20-year-old invested money into working with me as a fitness coach, made that back quickly, right? He does sales, right? So now he understands the whole mentality of invest in yourself, invest in your body. You will make the money back because, again, you will sell better. You'll be more presentable. Like, these are different things. And I'm finding a lot of young guys are doing this. A lot of young guys are less hesitant on investing in themselves than older guys. Older guys tend to hold on to what they have because, again, it's like it's a mindset that's been programmed in for so long. You can't teach old dogs new tricks. Sometimes you can, but most of the time you can't. But these young guys, man, like, I'm young too. I'm 27. Like, I'll pull the trigger on something quick. All right, I'll pull the trigger on something quick. And if you're a business owner and you're hesitant on investing in yourself, you have to think, like, how are you going to expect for other people to invest in you, in your business, if you can't invest in somebody else's business and make a quick decision? I always say this on my calls. I'm like, look, it's a yes or no answer. If you want to work with me, it's cool, right? Like, but the one thing is, I need to think about it. I need to do this, or I need to, and you can't make decisions. Like, make decisions. Make decisions for yourself. If you know this is going to benefit you, and that's what I do with myself. Any coach that I have, if I get on a call and it makes sense for me, I'm done. I'm sold. I'm bought in. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do the work. So it's like, and am I going to invest in another fitness coach for myself? Potentially, right? If there's a new level that I want to get to, if there's a new step that I want to get to, I will invest in another fitness coach. I don't think that I know enough. Like, there's a lot of people who think, oh, I know a lot about the body. Yeah, but how are you allowing that to be used to your advantage? Have you built your body the way that you want it to look? What are the missing gaps? What's the mindset shift that you need? Because, again, the coaching that I do is more about mindset than it is about fitness. Yes, you will get the fitness stuff, but you'll also get the mindset stuff. And it's like, I've seen a difference. This is just me being completely honest and transparent. Like, I've never had negative results. Even if what I invested in, like, let's say it was a business coach type of ordeal and I didn't get the desired results, I still learned something new from it. It still helped me in my life. I still was able to utilize that to be able to improve. And that's the big thing that I want you guys to understand is, like, always invest in yourself. Always, especially in 2025, make it a habit. Make it a habit that the money that you make, you're going to invest it in yourself in one way, shape, or form. Because it's always going to come back. But the more that you hold on to it, the more that it's just going to sit there, the more that scarcity is going to happen. You're going to spend it on a bunch of bullshit. And you're going to wonder, okay, where'd all my money go? Well, you didn't use it to actually like better yourself. You didn't use it to get more information. You didn't use it to get in another level of your life. You know, it's not about the money. It's about you. You will never rise higher than your level of personal development. It's that simple. And the more money that you spend on yourself, the more money you're going to make. Tenfold every time. And it may not even be the way that you think. It may not even be directly in the vehicle that you've invested in. It could be another thing that comes up that ends up working out, but it happened to be after you invested in yourself. Like, that's literally just my experience. And I think a lot of guys need to have that mindset. They need to have that entrepreneurial mindset, because entrepreneurs invest in themselves all the time. They invest in their business. They invest in their health. They invest in all these things because they understand the benefits of making your money work to improve you. That's why you have the money. You don't have the money to just sit on it and be scarce. You have the money to be abundant, to do things, right? Investing in traveling, investing in going to different places if you're a content creator, to expand, to grow your network, to meet more people. I'm literally doing that now. You'll see that I'm going to different locations now. I'm going to start to be traveling a lot more because I'm investing in that aspect, the content business, right? So there's so many ways to look at it. And I think a lot of people need to start tuning in to understanding why so many people are investing in themselves. Why are these coaching businesses, and are some of them like not what they are, or they're scams or whatever, potentially, but you'll never know until you do it. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I just know that like anybody who comes to me, I will help you level up your physique and your mindset. I know for a fact. That's why that's my core business right now, right? Business wise, yes. Can I help somebody build a business? Absolutely. But what I've learned is that a lot of people have not built their physique. They have not built their body to then be able to have that level of detail when it comes to business, because they don't have that level of detail within themselves. They're very sloppy, right? So it all reflects. But I hope this was helpful for you. This is just, again, raw me just telling you like where I'm at, what I'm doing, and what you should be doing for yourself, right? And again, it's not just, oh, invest in me, no, like invest in something. Like, do something for yourself. Show yourself that you're abundant. Show that the money doesn't really matter to you. It's all about the results. It's all about what happens afterwards, all right? So run the play, do that, and you'll see big results in your life, just like I have. I'm very confident in this because I've done this for years and years and years and years and years, and I've actually seen big results. I've seen myself transform in one of the greatest ways possible. So that's my take for you, bro. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next video.